Y'all know what time it is. It's that Friday five. I hope y'all got five on it. Today we doing five Raiders that make us question Al Davis's old mantra. Once a Raider, always a Raider. So I'm gonna go through my top five, top five, top five. Get y'all top five together. Welcome to Bart. Next stop, Raider Way.
Which team? Just win, baby.
Yo, 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 what's good in your hood? It's your boy Black, the quarterback, and it's finally Friday. It's finally Friday for y'all. A lot of y'all happy that it's Friday, and I'm happy again to pop up and do my top five, top five, top five. We got five on it. Who got five on it? So you know what we doing? We doing the top five of something. And y'all seen the thumbnail. It said once a Raider, always a Raider. Now, I don't know how true that is because there's a lot of people that just don't go by that. But Al Davis did say that, and it does apply for a lot, if not most of the Raiders. But today we're gonna go through our top five Raiders that probably just don't make the cut, and they won't be a Raider, like always a Raider. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the rest of the list that everybody's been seeing. Uh, Max Crosby making it to number four. Uh, is that a snub, or is that appropriately placed? Genty got left off the list. Oh, he didn't get an honorable mention. So I mean, was that a snub? And then top billing, Brock Bowers was the number one tight end. So we're going to talk about that, y'all, for this Friday to get it kicking off. So go on and hit that like button. Make sure you pay your fare today on the BART, Bay Area Raider Talk. Let me see what's good with my people in the building. I got to start off with the people that was on the BART early. Bruce Willis. What's good with Bruce Willis? My brother is Sacktown Raider Mike. Let's see who else in the building. Jack Gustav, what's up, Raider Nation? Okay, it's all good. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. So, top five, top five, top five, top five. Go to my top five Raiders that make you question it, and it makes and it says, is that really a myth? Who are you guys? Name some people that you just say, hey, that don't apply to you, bruh. That does not apply to you. Let's go with number five. My number five pick for once a Raider, not always a Raider, was Randy Moss. Randy Moss. Like, whenever I think of Randy Moss with the Raiders, all I do is think about him sitting on the bench mad. Like, he was just sitting there like, ain't this some BS? And he was pretty pissed. Now, let's look at his stats while he was here, though. Let's take a look at Randy Moss stats. Because sometimes we could be kind of pissed off at them and not remember how they played. So Randy Moss played 2 seasons with the Oakland Town Business Raiders from '05 in the '05 season, '06 season. We got him through a trade to Minnesota. Now, this is how he played. He started 15 games at '05 season, had 124 targets, 60 receptions. That's kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. It's like you got a lot of targets and only caught half of them. But however, he had 1,005 yards. So he did have 1,000 yards, which probably didn't make him feel too good. But by standards, he at least hit the 1,000 yard mark. His longest was 79 yards, and he had 8 touchdowns that year. And then the next year, he played in 13 games. He had 97 targets, 42 receptions, only 553 yards. Now, this is when you can tell when he started pouting. His longest was 51 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now, His whole time being at the Raiders, he started 28 games, played 29 games, 102 receptions, 1,558 yards, 15.3 yards uh, catch average, and 11 touchdowns. Now it says while his '05 campaign saw him crack the 1,000-yard milestone, his '06 was plagued by team-wide offensive struggles. The team finished 2-14. Following that '06 season, he was traded to the Patriots, where he went on to set a single season NFL receiving record. Like he legit probably had uh, a season that's better than the 2 seasons that he had with the Raiders. And I think because he was pissed because we didn't use him right. And then he went over there to Belichick, and Belichick talked to him, and he was telling him, this is how you use me. You can't just always run me on fly routes. That's the thing about Moss. You can run him on 9 routes, but you can roll the coverage over on 9 routes. So that may be part of the reason why he got so many targets and only so limited catches because you got the corner and the safety blanketing him. And yeah, you can moss one person, but it's hard to moss somebody and get slapped by another one. This is the NFL, right? So I saw where Belichick was talking, and he said he went to, Moss went to him because Belichick said he never seen speed like that before. And Moss had just told him, this is how you use me. So that's why he ended up having that season with Tom Brady. And a lot of times when he was catching passes, those touchdowns, he was playing in the slot. So they made an adjustment. I think the Raiders was just a bad fit. Y'all know how when players come to the Raiders, you either get the best of them or the worst of them, and a lot of time you get the worst of them. So I think that's what Randy Moss fell into that trap right there. So what do you guys think about that for number 5? He's a Raider. You can blame him because you couldn't blame him because he had no quarterback whatsoever. Okay. Yeah, you say Moss. Let me see. Ain't true. Not for Jamarcus Russell. He ain't no Raider. Let's see if Jamarcus Russell's make the list. I'm pretty sure he gonna make the list. He was on the thumbnail. We had a chance with him and we blew it by not having a quarterback. Yeah. Yep. Sacktown Raider Mike said he got 3. Antonio Bryant, Randy Moss, and Geno Smith. Oh, Antonio Brown. Geno Smith makes the list. Okay, Geno Smith. Let's see if Geno Smith make the list. Y'all should know he ain't gonna make the list. if I made the list, I don't think he. Well, I don't know. Y'all might be right actually, because he flew by night, so he might not have got his pass. He might not have got his pass. All right, let's go to number 4. Let's go to number 4. My number 4 player on the once a Raider, maybe not always a Raider list goes to number 4, Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp, Sappalapicus. Now, Sapp balled a little bit when he was with the Raiders. I mean, like it seemed like he was a good fit, a perfect fit. I mean, like they beat us in the Super Bowl. Then he came to the Raiders. Everybody want to wear that silver and black, but he like B.A. Baracus, bad attitude. So, however, Sapp did spend his final 4 seasons of his Hall of Fame career with the Raiders from '04 to '07 after playing 9 years in Tampa Bay. This is how he performed year by year. So he came in '04, played all 16 games, had 42 tackles, 30 of them solo, had 2.5 sacks, no forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. Then that '05 season, he played 10 games, started 10 games, had 32 tackles, 29 of them solo. He stepped his game up, had 5 sacks and a forced fumble and an interception. And then the year after that, he stepped his game up some more. He played all 16 games, had 47 total tackles, 32 of them things solo, and he had a whopping 10 sacks. See what I'm saying? He had 10 sacks. He was balling right there. A forced fumble. And then the '07 season, he started all 16 games, had 50 tackles. He increased his tackles, 37 of them things solo, but he did go down with only 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery. So His standout individual year in Oakland came in '06 when he turned back the clock to log 10 sacks. The last time in his career he reached double digits, he announced his retirement shortly after the conclusion of the '07 season. So, what do y'all feel about Warren Sappalapagis? Do you think he needs to be on the list? Sapp can get no pass. Sapp can get a pass. Is that what they say? Oh, Warren Sapp can get a pass. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Sapp can get a pass. How come we can get a pass? Yeah, he's number one on my list. He's still a Raider. What about what about? No, he ain't number one. I'm just talking. But what about Sapp? Does Sapp make the once a Raider, always a Raider list? A lot of people wasn't happy about Sapp. Let's get to number four then. I mean number three. Number three on this list. This where the list started getting funky. Number three on this once a Raider, maybe not always a Raider list. Number three goes to Max Crosby. I'll say Max Crosby. A lot of people are out on Max Crosby. A lot of people just for real just they 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 have this disdain for him because of what happened this offseason. Granted, he's still on the team. It's beyond me. It's beyond me. Um, some peoples are never gonna let that go, no matter what they say. It's always gonna be a little asterisk, next to his career because they're gonna say he was a Oakland Raider, a Baltimore Raven, and a Las Vegas Raider. So and he really wasn't. He always been a Raider. So a lot of people aren't on the. He's always going to be a Raider. To me, I think he's always going to be a Raider. I think he bleeds silver and black. I think he's going to always be a Raider, and I just think it's not fair. But I understand he put himself in that situation, kind of a little bit, sort of. Yeah, yeah. You said Antonio Brown. Yeah. So I don't, but I suspect he said I don't, but I suspect he's on his way out. You suspect Max is on his way out? He said the fact that he didn't ball out, we just didn't have a good defense either. Yeah, yeah. What's up with Zay? What's up with Nutty Raider Nate? Ray, what's good with you, Ray Flores? So are y'all? What about Max Crosby? Is he always a Raider? Because I'm for sure if he'd have went to the Ravens, and after he said the whole Flock Nation thing, everybody threw out everything out the house. Get your Jordans out of here, your shoelaces. I don't want the face towels. And you changing everything, change the locks. Your key card will never work again. Like there's Raiders that left and came back. That's always Raiders. Look at Timmy B. Look at Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen even played with the Chiefs. He played with our rivals. Timmy B played with Tampa Bay, who stole the Super Bowl from us. I'm just saying, those are always Raiders. Why can't the same Charles Woodson? Charles Woodson went to Green Bay. Those are once a Raiders, always Raiders. Why can't that apply to Max if he would have left? A lot of people really were salty about the whole Max thing, and I don't know if they've even accepted him back as a Raider yet. Let me see what you guys say. I wanted to trade Max. I want to trade Max just because I'm looking long term. But anybody saying he ain't a Raider is crazy. Some fans be too emotional. I feel it though. Hey Zay, that's kind of how I feel about it. Those are my sentiments as well, bro. Like anyone that says that, they gotta be crazy, man. I know some people that just really don't like Max Crosby. Like they to the point where the league can recognize how good he is, but they just keep putting other players ahead of him because of some biasness. They won't call it that, And if they called it that, then I wouldn't have a problem with that because then we know that you're just saying that from your own emotional standpoint. Like that's cool. But then when you try to parade it as fact and everybody else see it a certain kind of way, and that doesn't mean because everybody see it one way that you're wrong. But in this situation, uh, if NFL said they have to scheme for this guy more than anybody else, or in the top five or the top three or whatever the number is, and then we see him as like top seven, top eight, or top whatever, then that's kind of delusional to me. So I don't know. I just wish you guys kind of like cut Max some slack. Max has 4 years left on his max worth. Mhm. Bruce Willis says he's always he's always a Raider, just because he ain't Oakland Raiders, but not gonna cry when he's gone. No, he's always a Raider, just because he's an Oakland Raider, but not gonna cry when he's gone. Yeah, I feel it. No one's bigger than the shield, I guess. I didn't cry when Timmy B left, but I was mad. I would have been kind of mad if Max left. I've never really processed it. I never processed it. I understood why he wanted to leave, and the way the franchise was moving. I was 1 foot out on the Raiders too. Like as an Oakland Raider, straight up, right? So look, this is how this played out. You're an Oakland Raider, right? The Raiders go from Oakland to LA, and then they go from LA, come back to Oakland. But then they leave you to go to Vegas. Now check this out. If you had a girl, right? You and a girl had like couple kids, aka Super Bowls. And then she leaves you, right? And go to LA and have a have a kid with somebody else. You still love her, but okay, so it didn't work out. The grass wasn't necessarily greener on that side. So she came back to Oakland and then stay a little while, try to say we about to buy a house and get a new stadium and and the city of Oakland try to make it happen, add on to the existing stadium and add the personal seating license in, try to raise money. But then you come back broke and you don't never make no money. So you want another house, but you leave me in Oakland and then go to Vegas. I'm supposed to follow you everywhere you go. I'm supposed to be loyal everywhere you go. So I already knew the Raiders was gonna go to Vegas and take about 8 years before they even try to kind of do something. And people, I'm like, I wonder if those people are going to be able to withstand the Raiders being garbage for that long. Now, I, I haven't bought no Raiders gear as long as they've been in Las Vegas. I'll buy some Raider looking colors, but I ain't buying no official Raider gear. I might do it this year though. Um, And the reason why I'm all in because I see they're finally trying to win from the top down, not the player up. We're actually looking competent. So I have the patience for the 3, 4 next years or whatever. And then plus the fans was crashing out, tripping. Like a lot of new fans, like that's 20 and 30, like crashing out. Like, I just want to win. Just win, just win. Don't even know what it really means. So I don't know. The Raiders is all right. I almost put them now. Once a Raider, always a Raider list. I need to put them on there. C Wood on the list? I don't know. Oh no, I just said C Wood. Max will probably play for a competitor of a team before he retires in 4 years. Well, in 4 years, I don't think he's gonna be even worth it at that point. I think he got like 3 more years, max years, peak years. Yeah. He might got like a year or two that they can put him on a squad or whatever, but I don't know. I think he better just retire Raider. Yeah, I'm so glad that he's a Raider this year too. Okay, he's your favorite Raider. So okay, cool. He's number 3 on the list though, because he's on the list right now because a lot of fans don't like it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now we get into the list getting thick now, y'all. The top two. Y'all know one of them is Jamarcus. Y'all know one is Jamarcus. But number two is DC, Derek Carr. Is Derek Carr a Raider? Once a Raider, always a Raider? Because this is what I hear. Oh, Derek Carr is gonna go to the Saints and win a Super Bowl. Like, we not even mad at how McDaniels did Derek Carr. We didn't win with him, so we ain't gonna win without him. So it don't really matter. Derek Carr, what did we win with him? He was scared. He was this. He was that. He was everything but the person who kept this franchise afloat. When we was absolute garbage pail kids, like absolute garbage pail kids, and we just the dog DC out so bad, and I don't even get it. I mean, it fractured the franchise. Like, a lot of fans really just had a bad taste in their mouth and wasn't messing with the Raiders no more. Some people say those was Derek Carr fans. No, they were Raider fans. They just was hurt by how the Raiders was, because the Raiders always find a way to do something to these players. And I don't understand why people don't understand why these players protect themselves the way they do, like Derek Carr did with his no trade value, his no trade clause, when he was just trying to get his money because the writing was on the wall. Because look how they did Josh Jacobs. Excuse me. Look how they did Khalil Mack. Look how they did, just players in the past. It's not like when you're the best player on the Raider team, you become the target for some reason. So Derek Carr is the number two. Is he a Raider? Always a Raider? Once a Raider? Always a Raider? I know he wants to come back and retire a Raider. I think he's always a Raider. I appreciate what he brought to the table. Maybe it's the quarterback in me understanding. I am maybe a little biased towards him because I had an affinity for Carr before we drafted him. I really thought we got a steal in that position. I think we didn't put enough around him to succeed. I think if we had a middle tier defense, then we would have at least had a couple playoff wins. People are saying Derek Carr was hurt after he was scared after he got hurt, only to come back and throw for 4,000 yards after that. Like, Derek Carr was not the reason why the Raiders was weak. But we let McDaniels just do him dirty, dirt bad. And then once he was in the street, now we see him in the street, we was like, you bum, you bum. So I don't know. I don't know why Derek Carr is on this list, but he's definitely on this list. So is Derek Carr a Raider for life? Bruce Willis says Derek Carr a Raider for life, straight up. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, how did you forget your Marcus Russell? Derek Carr, that's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog for sure. Nah, DC, that's my dog for sure. Yeah, Timmy B play with no gloves. Hey, yeah, so when I played, my wide receiver player comp was Tim Brown. And what I used to do is I used to put the tape on my joints like Timmy Brown did. Made it essentially made your hands like a cradle, you know. And now these receivers, they can't catch without these little stick 'em gloves or whatever. He said, I'm not going to mess up Max's money. That's between him and the GM. I wish more people looked at it like that, bro. Like, that's the business side of it. So I don't know why people get mad at the business side of it. Like, you got to do what's best for you at the end of the day. The franchise is not loyal to you. Well, you should know that. Like, he wants to be a Raider, but if they're not moving right, I mean, like, he's trying to go to the Super Bowl. He said he want to be legendary. You know, he lined himself up with the Kobe Bryants, the Michael Jordans, the Tim Grovers, the people that are high level achievers. So it's gonna make you feel some type of way if you're not winning or winning eludes you, and you're putting in so much work to try to win. Let's see what my man says. He said, been here a while. I saw Stabler, Casper, Tatum, Villapiano, and a ton of other Raider greats either leave or get traded. They will always be Raiders in my books. That's just part of the deal. It's just part of the deal. Webb, you know what? You always know what to say, bro. Yeah. Josh McDaniels did far wrong, not the Raiders. Yeah, but the Raiders co-signed it. The Raiders co-signed it though, because the McDaniels can't make decisions unless Mark Davis allow it. McDaniels wasn't the owner. He wasn't even like the minority owner or nothing. So we let that happen. Well, they let that happen. And some of us was cool of it. Was just saying it's time to move on. It's time to move on. Move on to what? What did we move on to since Carr? What have we moved on to? It's time to move on. We wasn't winning with them. We ain't win nothing without them. We ain't even been close. We've been 3 wins, what, 3 wins this year, 3 wins last year, or 4 wins or something like that. Like, come on, y'all playing with me. Derek Carr, he ain't, I don't care what y'all say. We wasn't winning 3 and 4 games. This man is our all-time. You know what, man? That's for another argument for another day. Flores says, I think we need to stop benching our star players without asking them first. That's how we lost their uh that's how we lost Hart, and that's how we already lost Max. Well, the thing about it is you do gotta, especially in Max's situation, like it was smart for the franchise to shut him down. Now, granted, they might want to shut him down because they thought we might end up wrecking a game and we win, and he won, and the franchise really wanted us to get the number 1 pick and tank, so to speak. But even if that wasn't the scenario, if the franchise want to shut you down as a player and you injured, it's for your best interest. And plus, the player he a meathead. He gonna want to play regardless. You let him run, he gonna play. So you do got to step in. Now, how they did Carr was something totally different, though. That was sabotage. Yeah, we even got rid of Tom Flores once, right? And even Al Davis was pissed that he didn't get a chance to trade Howie Long. He just retired. Losing Khalil Mack was a heartbreaker. I didn't see it coming. Yeah, that was a heartbreaker. But I understood why that was, because the Gruden, he changed it. He took out a lot of the people. He took a lot of people out, like Crabtree. Like Crabtree was balling. Yeah. So Derek Carr. Now, Derek Carr said he might not be done yet, right? He might not be done. He was interviewed. Do you guys think he should come back? He had his contract with the Saints, so they had his right. So we would have had to give up something to get Derek Carr. But he said that he may want to play or maybe not. Let's see what he said.
But some people love watching you play football. You got anything to speak to the people about whether or not they'll see you in pads again?
I'll never say never. It would take a special situation. There's multiple teams that reached out to me this offseason, and I won't say who or how, but they reached out and was, just gauging my interest on, what I wanted to do and all those things. And they were, good, solid football teams, but a couple of them in some different situations. I think I'm just at the point where I just want to win, man. I want to win, and I want to do those things. And so if I were to do it, it would have to be a special team, that maybe lost somebody or needed somebody. But even then, it's not guaranteed. I'm having too much fun hanging out with my wife, hanging out with my kids, and trying to get good at golf. So it would take a special deal. But I'm always training. I got 4 boys that can't beat me up when they're 18. So I got to keep training. So I'll be in shape and ready. But probably not. I'll probably be just coaching my kids. That's for sure.
Well, so you're saying there's a
But
chance.
some people.
So you're saying there's a chance. So essentially, it sounds like Carr has had 1 foot on retirement and like 2 toes on a banana peel. But in the event that some team that's already on the playoffs and they lose their main quarterback or whatever, and he come in and he essentially gets put into the playoffs, like these guys are ultimate competitors. Like they want to win at the highest level. And when you come to the Raiders, you know the chances of you winning a Super Bowl is probably going to be elusive. And that's probably a real good word because even if you're good, it's still going to be elusive. Not good, because if we got good, it was elusive. Even when we had Gannon and Brown and Rice, we were great right there. Like we expected to win every game during that time, but it still eluded us because somehow we ended up playing Gruden in there, the person that we got rid of, which was crazy. So maybe is Gruden honorable mention? Is he always a Raider? I mean, he sure hadn't gone to us a long time. He might have could have made this list. I might have to do another top 5 list. So make sure y'all get y'all list together so to tell me which one of these guys of this top 5 you think that Al Davis would have kicked out the family, or he would have said, "It's okay, I understand." Like the Godfather, the genius. Would he would have been all right with these guys and said these are Raiders forever, or no? So we already know who the number one person is, y'all. We already know the number one person. This is the guy that we are probably the most hated. I don't. I really feel for the guy, really, because my family is from Mobile, Alabama, so we knew about Jamarcus Russell already, and how his family and when he lost his uncle, how it changed him, and that kind of changed the trajectory when you lose your father figure. That does change it. And anyone that lost a father that you're close to, then you can kind of understand it, or a mentor, or a grandparent or somebody that raised you. But this is what the knock was on him, was because he was sipping on that sipping on the scissor, and was not studying the plays, the DVD thing. Y'all know about the DVD thing. So let's revisit that a little bit, because I think it's some things that y'all got kind of reevaluate when it comes to that.
The story, as it was told to me, was Coach DeFilippo said, "Look, Jamarcus, we've got about 15, 20 plays that we want for this week. Here's a DVD for you. Tonight, I want you to watch these, okay? Because tomorrow, this is what we're going to go with the game plan. But we feel like these are the best for you and what your skill set can do. So you look at these plays, and then tomorrow, you tell me which ones you like, which ones you don't like." So Jamarcus is like, cool. He takes the DVD. So the next day they come to practice, come to the facility, say, "Hey, Jamarcus, hey, how's that DVD? Did you look at it? What did it?" He's like, "Oh, coach, all the plays. I'm good. Whatever you want to run, let's do it." I like him. He said, "Okay, which ones you like? 5 of them? Do you like 6 of them? 10 of them? How much you like?" "Coach, whatever. I saw them. That we good. We ready to go. I can do them all." And Coach DeFilippo was kind of looking around and was like, it was a blank DVD.
Now, now that I really listen to it, it's a blank DVD. That's kind of janky. They purposely set him up, because had he would said the blank was the disc was blank, they'd have been like, "Oh, we gave you the wrong disc." Knowing they lying. See, this is why I be trying to tell y'all about the politics of the game. The politics always are involved. So when people look at stuff and see things or hear certain things, and I say that's coach speak. This what I'm talking about. Hey, she tell me which plays coach speak. I could tell by the way even Bruh was talking. First of all, he was wearing a Giants jersey with an A's hat. Never trust a person who does that. Like, I don't even like, that's weird. That's called crossing game. Like you could be a Bay Area fan. This is a Bay Area channel. That's why it's called Business Decision Sports. Speaking of Business Decision Sports, make sure y'all hit that, you feel me, the like button right underneath your screen so you can hack in whenever I go live. I don't just be live by myself. I bring the nation because it's one nation. But that was kind of janky, man. Now I really sit here and think about it. Like, why would you play the game? I can see if you was checking him just to see, because now they got the iPads to tell you how many hours you study and all that. So I get what they was doing, but it was janky how they was treating them. So that gives me reason to believe it was more than just that going on. That wasn't just no random thing. So Jamarcus Russell finally came out on a pivot and talked about this very thing. Let's see what he had to say.
Switcheroo down in Jacksonville.
The switcheroo thing, though, that
Right.
Fred brings up.
Say it again?
The story about giving you a DVD
Okay, so
that wasn't film and then you coming in and all of those things. Is that a true story?
bro, guess what? That could be one up on me, bro. Check it out. My coach, if we coming in, and this is what we doing. We coming in watching film, bro. The other 2 quarters, we all watching film. This is what we do. So after some foul shit go on, a few weeks later, I come in, my shit the only one on the table. Like, y'all already been mean before I got here or something. Like, where y'all shit at? So every day I come in, my shit just be thrown across the table. So at that point in time in my life, what was taking place, shit, I might not watched it. But when he asked me a question about it, hey, yeah, it was cool, whatever, let's go, get on with it. But why would you play a fucking game with my life? Why would you fuck me over like that, bullshit me? You supposed to be teaching me so we can get better, man. Like, what's up? Like, I never, got that. And LSU wouldn't have done no shit like that. Like, for what? Why would we even play that? And like I say, if it is, so be it.
Had they approached you prior to that situation?
No.
Like questioning your work ethic, your habits.
On Thursdays too, man, I used to go in the head coach office, bro. We used to go good tape, bad tape. Like, we used to do this, like, it ain't nothing like, that's why I said after a certain time, everything switched.
Right.
The head coach went on TV and said I was the worst thing that ever happened to the Oakland Raiders.
That was Tom Cable.
But before that, I never knew this man. Guess what they asked me? They talked me about him beating on women. I wouldn't have stuck my neck out for this guy. He could have done it. This is my coach. I'm finna take up for him.
Oh, what? Where Cable Guy at? See these goosebumps right here. These is real. I've been getting these things a lot lately. And I'm pissed because Tom Cable, you out of pocket, bro, for saying that too. Because you wasn't that good of a coach either, bro. Cable Guy. You underachieved, Cable Guy. You even went to Seattle, was supposed to be this O-line guru. But forget all that. Like, you was beating on women. That's something that the Raiders don't get down with. So, Tom Cable, you can't be a Raider, always a Raider, once a Raider. Actually, now I think about it. So they was out of line for that. Now, I know a lot of y'all say he a bum, right? I know y'all do. I'm about to tell y'all what his stats was while he was here, because a lot of us act like he was only here a year and then that was it. But let me tell y'all something about the DVD thing. And I said this to you guys a long time ago when I first started doing content when it came to Jamarcus Russell. He wasn't the only one that had that happen to. They don't only just do that to him. They do that to a lot of players. His was just the one that was illuminated. And see, this is why I don't want us to start Mendoza, because if something go off rail like we know we can do, then you can kind of mess up the trajectory of somebody's career. Jamarcus' career is totally messed up because of the Raiders. He could have went somewhere else and really could have been somebody, but his mental was gone. He was immature, and like he said that one was on me. But I felt something was going on. I'm like, we can run whatever. I don't care. Run it. Let's do it. Let's run it. But they was testing him, kind of like how a chick do. She act like she mad at you, but really she want to give you some. Like, that's weird. But you got to play the game or whatever. Okay, get it. Now, I told y'all a while back, it didn't only happen to him. How many of y'all love Mike Vick? Let me spit this shit right quick. Kill you and your dog, Mike Vick. Yeah, Mike Vick. I love Mike Vick. Now, listen to this right here about Mike Vick.
Look at that book 4 or 5 times before I go to sleep and watch a little extra film before I go to sleep.
You can watch your film at home now?
Yeah, I watch, we used to get the DVDs back in the day.
Ever watch those DVDs in Atlanta?
DVDs pile up in my car, Jim.
So if I'd have put a check in one of those cases for $1 million, you'd have never seen
It'd
it.
still be sitting there to this day.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. He said, we put $1 million check in there, you would have never seen it. And he said it still would have been in there to this day. To this day. Like, what made it so different when Mike Vick did it? See what I'm saying? Like, I come with the affidavits and the dissertations and the paperwork. You feel me? So Michael Vick, they even did him. He did himself, and he even admitted it, man. So I think y'all a little rough on this boy, Mike Vick. On Jamarcus Russell. Let's look at his stats, and I'm gonna see what y'all have to say, because I see the chat kind of going lightweight crazy. What's up, we the people? AE, what's good with you, bro? KK, cool Kev. It's good with the brethren. Raider Ryan said he was a bum. What's up with Raider Ryan? 805, I see you hacked in. What's good, brother? Let me see what y'all say. Okay, let me go back. All right, basically he doesn't want to play for a team that doesn't make the playoff. Yeah, Derek Carr. Here goes some honorable mentions. Christian Wilkinson is definitely not a Raider. Yeah, you're right. Gruden is a Raider. I agree with you. I will give y'all my top 5 court thoughts. Bruce Willis says, I was upset when they let go of Namdi. When they let go of Namdi, Woodson, Moss, Mack, Carr, and Jacobs. But when we lost Namdi, that was the last time we had good cornerbacks. Yeah. Webb say on the field and in the room, Russell never even beat out Aaron Walter. Don't talk about that, stiff. He was a bum, never a Raider, never a Raider. What? 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 Raider Ryan's like, talk that, talk that, talk that, talk that. Everybody are trying to agree. Don't disrespect Tom Cable. What? Cable guy? Yo, my dude, Black, the quarterback. What's up with AE? Oh, man. Got to give him that. Cable was a buffoon. Yeah. Melissa McCarthy is my favorite thought. Top 5 true Raiders. We might do that next week. Moss ain't a Raider. AB ain't no Raider either, right? So, what do y'all have to say about the whole DVD thing, though? Michael Vick did the same thing. Yeah, people act like that was like the worst thing in football history that Jamarcus did that. Now let's look at Jamarcus Russell. He played his entire 3-year career with the Raiders after being drafted number 1. So in 07, he played in 4 games. He started 1 and went 0-1. Let's see. 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. The second year when he came in, started 15 games, played 15 games. He had 5-10 record. 198 completions at 368 attempts for 53%, 2,400 yards, 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions with a 77.1 rating. He had 17 rushes. He had a rushing touchdown for 127 yards. He fumbled the ball 12 times and lost it 7 times. He fumbled the ball 4 times and lost it 2 times his rookie year. Then that 09 season, he played in 12 games, started 9, went 2-7, had 120 completions for 246, 48.8%. 1,287 yards, 3 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. It's over. It's over for you, bro. Lost 9 fumbles. Fumbled 9 times, lost 6 of them. Yeah, did not have a good career at all. But he got paid though. He did get paid. You did get paid. Let's see what y'all say. So it's a no for no love for Russell. J Ro was good. Thanks for hacking in, brethren. Let's see what Ray Flores has to say. He said that DVD thing is irrelevant. He suited up for the Raiders and started for the Raiders. That makes a that makes a bad Raider. Yeah, he was. You're right. Jamarcus knocked the Jamarcus out the Raiders. Don't forget. I forgot. Okay, Flores says if you suit up for one snap for the Raiders, you're a Raider for life. That's supposed to be how it go. Yeah, hey, you ain't lying. Hey, Bruce Willis, you ain't lying. Reading them stats did make it make it worse. I was about to try to make an argument for him. I was gonna try to make an argument for him, but once I read the stats, I was like, you know what? This ain't cute. This ain't gonna get it, bro. So you right about that. That definitely made it. He said, "See, bum, Russell Barron and Gino." Oh, oh. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Appreciate y'all on this Friday afternoon spending y'all time with me. I'm gonna go on like two more times today. Like the Good Raider, we're gonna do a show 7:30 West Coast time, and then 10:30 tonight for the Just Win Baby podcast with the crew. I'm telling y'all, ain't nobody working harder than your boy this off season. I'm in training camp right now. I'm getting better. I know you win championships in the off season. You know, everybody can play during the season. Everybody can play when the lights is on. Well, they can show up when the lights is on, but you don't play your best the way you practice is the way you play. And that applies. So ain't nobody going live hella times. I mean, I know it's bigger channels than me and get more views and all that, but I clip videos and put them out there, make shorts. I do hella lives. I'm trying to make my name up in this thing because I'm an original Raider. I was born into this. I had no choice, man. I'm really from Oakland, Doc. So with that being said, Jamarcus Russell, you're a Raider than me, but these people ain't happy about it. Thank you, Sacktown. Got a new phone. Went back in there and he hit the bell. And now when I go live, it's love when I see people already in the chat and it just gets me juiced up. It's kind of like when you in the tunnel and then you look out there and they saying and then when you walk out and then the Raiders, everybody start screaming Raiders, then you come and play on another level. So I appreciate people like y'all that show up early for sure. Okay, let me see. Let me see what y'all say. Matt, what's good? Thanks for hacking in. He says, nah. If you really a Raider, you'll know why he struggled in '07. Yeah. Yeah. See, this was the argument I was gonna make though. This was the argument I was gonna make if you know the reason why. But it sounds like people ain't hearing it because the stats are the stats. They said Jamarca was throwing worm bumpers all training camp. Worm burners into the ground. Okay, let's see. Let's see what AE say. He say this week top five hated Raiders. Playing preseason count: one AB, two Devontae, three Jamarcus Russell. Was born, wasn't really connected with football back then though. He had a lot of bad things I couldn't think of. Yeah, two more. Come up with two more. Uh, Jamarcus has been significantly more. That's like Jamarcus Russell was significantly more successful than I am. Therefore, I cannot call him a bum. He's the worst Raider quarterback drafted, though. He is the worst quarterback drafted, though. No, I wasn't born in Oakland, and I definitely don't claim Walnut Creek. I wasn't born in Oakland, however, though. My dad was in the military, so I was born on the East Coast in Washington, D.C. How many of you guys know about Walter Reed Hospital? That's where the presidents used to go until they tore down the Walter Reed and then they built another one, but another hospital. But I was born where the presidents and all that was where they go. But I'm East Coast born, but I'm West Coast raised. So I didn't spend a lot of time there. I spent all my time in Oakland. Okay, Pops was born in Oakland. Matt says, if you look at the previous year, Andrew Walter could have started if he had time in the pocket. Sound like AOC. And to be honest, Jamarcus Russell probably would have been drafted. Walter played great versus Ravens, Cardinals, Niners. Yeah, if you don't have an O line, it don't matter because you see that Jamarcus Russell was getting slapped too. I need to see how many times he got sacked because look at all those fumbles he had. He was getting hit. They was hitting him. Susie slapstick. Yeah. So I don't know. That's our top five, top five, top five. Probably like most hated Raiders. So make sure next week on Friday we'll do another top five. I don't know what it's gonna be. Maybe you guys can give me some suggestion. Let me know what you want y'all top five, top five, top five to be. What we talking about. So let's get into the other list. Today they let out they gave us the list of the top tight end. Number one tight end. This was not a surprise. The execs, the coaches, the scouts ranked the top NFL tight ends for the 2026 season. Now a lot of people kind of confused about this list, and this list they try to look at it from like a career standpoint or whatever. And as you guys see right here, said this is not a 5-year projection or a career achievement award, but meant to answer a simple question: who are the best players right now? Right now, who are the best players? So keep that in mind when we're looking at this list. It says tight ends are on the rise. NFL teams have a tough time surviving on offense without at least one good one. Smart offensive coaches are getting 2 or 3 on the field at a time with both running and passing in mind. Several recent day 1 or day 2 draft picks are emerging as young stars, as our top 10 list reflects. The NFC North alone's had 3 of them, and we've seen back-to-back 100-catch seasons from the positions thanks to the wild production coming out of Las Vegas and Arizona. And this year's list features 6 players aging 25 or younger and a 36-year-old for good measures. So here's the top 10 list. Number 1, the football god from heaven, the football robot from heaven, Brock Bowers. Then they got Trey McBride, George Kittles, Sam Laporta. He was nice too for years. Tyler Warren, Tucker Kraft, Poston Loveland, Paul Pitt Sr., Mark Andrews. Unfortunately, he'd be dropping stuff at the wrong time. And to top out the list is Travis Kelsey. I mean, a lot of people thought he was going to retire this year, but he married Taylor Swift. Big things, and he kind of he rounds out the list. Now let's talk about Brock Bowers. Brock's second season was marred by injury and a porous Raider offense. For that, mostly get a pass in the voting. For that, you get mostly a pass in the voting. But his second consecutive number 1 ranking was more contested this time. Despite a respectable 64 catches and 680 yards and 7 touchdowns in 12 games, last summer, Bowers fended off the field convincingly thanks to his setting an NFL rookie record with 112 catches. As far as route running, separation, zone instincts, yard after catch ability combination, he's better than the field in those areas. An NFL coordinator said, a down year won't change that. That's why he still was one, although his numbers were so abysmal last year. Abysmal. One sign of Bauer's greatness, opponents sometimes put their best cornerback on him, as Denver did with Patrick Surtain II last season. People inside the league love Bauer's versatility as an offensive chess piece. He can line up in the slot, out wide, or even as a fullback. He has breakaway speed. He has breakaway speed too, pushing a top speed of 19.58 miles per hour on a 57-yard touchdown versus Denver in 24. This is McBride on his bumpers. Now, let's just read his real quick, and then we'll just go into to Bowers. McBride made a serious case for number one, earning more than 30% of the first place votes. All but two of the voters were inside the top three for McBride, whose 126 catches in 25 marked the most in a single season for a tight end in NFL history. McBride's 72.9 receiving yards per game were nearly 16 more than any other tight end. His 566 yards after catch were 90 more than any other player in his position, and his 11 receiving touchdowns tied for second league-wide. Long known as a receiving threat, McBride has improved his all-around game. Ball skills, ball in hand, physical contact. This is an extremely impressive player across the board, an NFL coordinator said, and not bad in the run game. His 71.5 receiving expected points added was his 71.5 receiving expected points added was easily the best among tight ends and fourth among all pass catchers. So they need to do some proofreading right there. They left out some words. But so McBride was balling, and we thought that like it was Brock and then the rest of the field. McBride looked like he trying to make a stand for because he's doing all the things that Brock does. So if Brock has a mediocre year this year, we could see him drop down to 2. I don't want to see that. I don't think we're going to see that, but it could be possible. So what do you guys think about Brock Bowers, man? What kind of season y'all think he's going to have this year? He said McBride's a fantasy stud for sure. Lotto stud. So how many yards do you guys think Brock is going to have this year? How many touchdowns you guys think he's going to have this year? Is he going to have? Yeah, how many yards do you guys think he's going to have? Period. Let's see what you guys say. Let's see. I just don't. J-Ro said, I don't see how we drafted a quarterback number one overall with all of his accolades and sit him for a year. I already explained it. Let me just give you a number: 25, 82, and 2. That's why. I'm gonna tell you about it. Remind me to tell you what it is. The Great White Hope since Tom. Oh wow. TB12. Let me just leave it like that. I don't think these new Raiders will though. He should have a monster year. 9 touchdowns and 800 yards. I think more than that. 1,100 yards for Brock, 10 touchdowns. He's only going to be good as far as the quarterback taken. Somebody asked a question too. That's a question. I forgot. Is Jamarcus Russell always Raiders? He says yes. Matt says yes. But I seen a question. Yeah, but now let's go to another part of the list. Let's go to the running backs. Let's go to the running backs. That list was first. Now we see this list, this top 10 list. Bijan Robinson, Amir Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, CMC, Snow Bunny Pearl, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, James Cook III, Devon Achane, Kenneth Walker III, K9, Brees Hall. Some people question Brees Hall, but the honorable mentions were Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams, and Quashawn Judkins. And then also receiving votes with Swift, Devontae Williams, Chase Brown, Ashton Genty, Trayvon Henderson, Travis Etienne, and Alvin Kamara. Now, some people say he should have been on this top 10 list, Genty. I don't believe he should have been on this list. Have you really peeped this list? None of those players were rookies. None of them was rookies. So it was kind of hard for me to see Genty get on this list because he's a rookie. But where I do have an issue is he didn't make the honorable mention because in the honorable mentions, there's one rookie in there that I think he outplayed. Rashawn. Let me go get his stats. Because what's my man name? Judkins. Sean Judkins. I like him too. And when he went down and got injured, I was like, "Ooh, that was bad. That was bad for them." And he got hurt in his rookie year. But let's take a look, because I definitely think that he should have got Ashton Genty should have at least got honorable mention. Let's see, let's see something, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, I hate when I look up something when I'm not online, and then when I'm online, I can't find it. That's crazy because I know it should be just close. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, y'all tell me, am I tripping? Ashton Genty, his stats. I'm gonna say Genty stats first, and then I'm gonna say Judkins stats second. Games played: Genty 17, Judkins 14. Rushing carries 266 to 230. Rushing yards 975 to 827. 3.7 yards a carry for Ashton, 3.6 yards a carry for Judkins. Rushing touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. Judkins had 7. Receptions 55 to 26. Receiving yards 346 to 171. Receiving touchdowns 5 to 0. Zilch. Total touchdowns 10 to 7. Total yards 1,321 yards for Genty, 998 for Judkins. He didn't even get 1,000 total yards. So what are they seeing? That he's better than Genty. Genty is more versatile. A lot of Judkins touchdowns came near the red zone, which we had problems with even getting to the red zone because we averaged 14 points a game all year, which is crazy to me. Judkins, he dislocated his right ankle and fractured his tibia. So he's not going to be 100% this year. So if we're talking about how good the players are this year, coming into this year, I don't see how he's better than Genty. You guys see how he's better than Genty? So that's why I call that a snub. I think that's a snub for us. What do you guys think? Was Genty top 10? Should he been an honorable mention? I think he should at least got the honorable mention thing. You feel me? All right. Let's see what you guys have to say. Hopefully, Bowers don't have to have a crazy year. I would like to see our offense spread the ball around. We will. We will. Also want to see our running backs have 1,000 yards rushing. Yeah, we're gonna see that. Bowers can be in the same conversation as Casper, Chester, and Christensen. Yes. Yes, I agree with you on that. I also hope that we have a number one wide receiver with 1,000 yards. I mean, we probably can get 1,000 yards with Trey Tucker or even Naylor. I don't foresee Naylor getting 1,000, but Tucker maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. But I think we're gonna spread the ball around, so I think we won't have to really worry about the stats so much. I'm not really worried about the stats so much. And then let's talk about not Brock Bowers, but my man's Max Crosby. Max Crosby, number 4 on the list. What do y'all think about that? Some people I've heard a couple people say that he was rated too high. I think those people just don't like Max Crosby. I mean, like, it's crazy how the league has more respect for him than his own players. Like number 1 on this list is Myles Garrett. Now we know hands down Myles Garrett is the best edge rusher in the game right now, hands down. Like it's Myles Garrett, then there's everybody else. Michael Parsons, number 2. I don't know, a little rate, a little high for me, but I can understand. You know, Michael, he commands a lot. His double team percentage is out of this world. It's like 10% more than Myles Garrett. I'll look that up. You know, I'll be doing the education over here, y'all, and I'll be trying to educate Raider fans so that way we don't just be talking just to be talking. He said Naylor trash. I just want to win games. That's all. And then number 3 was Will Anderson Jr. And then number 4 was Max. So some people kind of wonder, oh, Will Anderson. Some people think Will Anderson's better than Max Crosby. I say Will Anderson is fresh. He's new, but this list is what are you doing right now? So I can see why he kind of was over Max. Max was coming off 2 injury seasons, so he's not really all the way at max capacity. So I can see it. They also said that he was it was because of the voting too that he ended up 4th. But let's see what they had to say about Max. Voters who value a complete game, relentless play from the start to finish, rank Crosby very high. He has the best motor of any defensive player. He's a bad MFer, an NFC exec says. Versus the run, the pass, whatever. He's a pain in the ass all game. Crosby has 69 and a half sacks in 7 seasons, running Greg Townsend and Howie Long as the only Raiders to surpass the 60 sack mark since 1982. Crosby's 35 career games with 5 or more pressures since entering the league in 2019 are the most in the NFL during that span. You're getting a complete body of work with Max. He does everything well. An AFC exec said, pass rush, splash plays, great against the run, high motor, tackles in the backfield. One knock on Crosby, though, the motor that makes him great creates the threat of wear and tear. He doesn't like to come off the field. The Ravens had concerns about a surgically repaired knee, and they nixed the trade in March. Now, the rest of the list, 5 is Aiden Hutchinson, Hunter, PJ Watt. Like some people think he needs to be under these guys, and I'm not seeing it. Nick Bosa, Brian Burns, Nick Benito. Versus got the honorable mention Trey Hendrickson from the Ravens. honorable mention guy. So like a lot of people are saying that they got the better player. Like how? How he got the better? How is he with a better player? Oh boy, only got a honorable mention. Yeah. So the reason why that Will Anderson was over Max is because he got more first round picks. I mean, top 5 picks. Now, one thing you guys got to understand about Max is, especially like a Will Anderson, a lot of these players have complementary parts on defense. And that's part of the frustration that Max had. Like he had no complementary parts. They tried to bring in players, but they didn't work. They didn't pan out. That's not Max's fault. I mean, even Kuntz is supposed to have been like he essentially co-signed Kuntz, and Max he co-signed everybody. Like he really tried to give you the ultimate inspiration as a teammate. Like I got your back. So that's why I sometimes get him in trouble because he overspeaks, but he hasn't had no help in the defense. And I've seen it time and time again where he gets double and triple team, and then other players eat. But people say, well, he's not making other players around him better. Of course he is. They just not. They're just not sealing the deal. Like last year, what's our boy that number 45? His name just escaped me. Number 45, the Tennessee game went crazy. Max was tearing up. He was tearing them up. Like, and he ended up getting like sacks and interception, all kind of stuff. Fumble, I think. He balled out. And because Max was getting double and triple team. And a lot of people don't look at it. The thing about Max is Max can disrupt a game without getting sacked. He can disrupt the game just simply just by being there and get no stats. And see, that's why you don't want to get too caught up on analytics because the analytics only tells a story, not the story. It tells a story, but not the story, not the complete story. So I'm looking for Max to have a comeback year, bounce back type year. And Will Anderson, now I know this not. I'm gonna save this argument for my show tomorrow. So I gotta show some film about how Max get double teamed and triple teamed and all that, and Will Anderson don't. He ain't that part. He ain't in that part of the career of his career yet. He's only 3 years in. Let me see. I had the stat for double teams. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Most double teamed outside rushers, the edge rushers. Michael Parsons, 37.8%. Miles Garrett, 29.8%. That's a big jump between 1 and 2. Aiden Hutchinson, 27.5%. Max Crosby, 20%. 27%, excuse me. And TJ Watt, 26.5%. Rightfully so. So Max commit and these guys had some help. These guys got help on it. Where if they get double team, other players eat. Max, who's eating when he getting double team? Y'all expect him to beat the double team too? Cheese and rice. Cheese and rice. So I think we just need to stall Max out a little bit, y'all. And let me see. Let me read these comments right quick because it looks like I'm going over the show because we're gonna go on in a minute. Let me see, 7:30. Yeah, like another 15 minutes. So let's see, Bruce. I'm talking playoff wins too. In Naylor, we trust. We don't need another Darius Hayward Bay. I want to see another Jerry Porter or T.O. Yeah. Who do I believe in? These lists are opinions. Opinions are like Everybody got one right. Burgess was the dog. If football guys help us out this year, we can get 10 wins. They already gave us back Max, so I'm looking forward to that. All right, y'all. Good Raiders gonna come on. We're gonna come on like 15. Oh, you know what? I want to tell him I want to start at 8 o'clock. Actually, let me see if he. I meant to tell him that. Yeah. Dang it. Let me see. He said he's running late, so that's cool. Okay, cool. He's running late. Y'all didn't have to dip out. Y'all tried to dip out already. Y'all tried to go outside, smoke them if you got them. Smoke them if you got them. Hey, I appreciate y'all for hacking into the show. You know, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the loyalty. And y'all already know it's only one nation all day, every day. Because I'm a Raider, you a Raider, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. So I'm gonna write it out.
I'm a Raider from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Rest in peace to Al Davis.